everybody! Welcome. It is Motorsport Mondays, and we are going to vroom all the rooms, and we're all probably also going to have law degrees and a perfect encyclopedic knowledge of every rule that governs Formula One motorsports, so that we can make, of course, the most accurate assessment of what should have happened vis-a-vis Hamilton and Verstappen, and obviously be way more qualified than the official stewards. Right? Exactly. At least the internet's pretty convinced that they know best, even though literally no two people on the internet can agree on exactly the same thing. But everyone is 100% sure that they, and only they, have the correct interpretation of what happened. One of the things I like to do for these thought experiments is something like, because you want to take away sort of your bias and emotion, right? What if you flip the situation around and say, what would have happened if Verstappen, instead of being knocked out of the race, what if he had been bumped, wobbled a little bit, but stayed on track, and then 3 or 4 laps later, caught up to Hamilton again, and then under DRS, passed him, and maybe ended up winning the race? What would have been the appropriate penalty then? What if he'd spun out, but was able to recover, come back in near the end, make up a few places, and ended up 5th? What if Verstappen had died? At what point, does the outcome of the situation affect what you think is the right punishment? What if instead of being Hamilton and Verstappen, it had been Norris and Ricciardo, teammates? Now Norris had been the one on the inside, and Ricciardo was on the outside, and Ricciardo ended up getting spun off into a wall. What would have been right there? Are you, considering the outcome? Are you considering the people? Is that weighing things? What if they're not champion rivals? What if it's just some rando who hits Verstappen, or some rando that gets knocked off by Hamilton, right? All these sorts of things. Personally, we're not in a really good position. We get the benefit of, infinite replays and all these things. So 2 things. Some people were like, right away when Hamilton put out the radio message, I was ahead. People are like, well, I can't believe he would say that. What an asshat. You got to disregard every single radio message that happens within the minute of an event, because A, it's heated, and B, it's from a very limited perspective, right? We get the benefit of seeing the replay over and over and over again from 10 different angles and in super slow-mo. So that's one thing. I will say this. Even if Hamilton did not know that Max had gone to hospital to get checked out, right? And he said he didn't, and I'm going to believe him. Sure, why not? Even if he didn't know that, I'm going to say that the celebration at the end of the race was a tad bit excessive. Yes, it was his home race. Yes, he hadn't won in a while, and yes, he had to, come and take the lead and, 2 laps from the victory. I'm sure he was very hyped. But it was, there's still a bit of a maybe poor form to celebrate so much when your championship rival was knocked out by you early on. That's the only thing I will say. That maybe that part was a little bit excessive. Everything else, we're really not in a position to judge, and getting salty about it one way or another. Hamilton should have been suspended from the race. Or I can't believe Hamilton got any penalty whatsoever. It was just a racing incident on lap 1. Let's just take it easy. He did ask, at some point, shortly after the crash, he did say, is Max okay? And his engineer just said, he's out of the car and walking. So that was that. There was, so maybe he didn't have the full context. But my thing is, even if Max had been just fine, the impact wasn't that much, and he was just sitting in the stands or in the pit lane watching, it is pretty rude to have such a kind of celebration right in front of the guy, right? On the other hand, from a viewer perspective, it's going to be a hell of a lot more of an exciting season. It was already going to be exciting, but it's going to be even more exciting now that the 2 leaders are that much closer together, right? Because Max was leading something like 33 points going to this race. So now Hamilton's caught up by 25 points, so the margin's razor thin. As a viewer, whoo, that's going to be fun and exciting. Right? Exactly. So anyway, that's that. And if anyone comes into the chat late asking about it, Just tell him to chill out and watch our racing, which is far superior. Plain Coast Hills, thank you very much for the whiskey and chocolate. He says, obviously racing's in it. Vote now in the whiskey and chocolate fund. Oh boy. Oh boy. I mean, I am pretty corrupt and swayable, so maybe I'll just take up the opinion based on... No, I'm not. I'm not a judge that can be bought that way. As a mayor, as a nation's leader, sure it can be paid off, but as a judge, maybe not. 32 down to 7 points. There you go. Max is up by 7. Yeah, so, you know, we are the winners in that, in a sense, in that it's going to add that much more drama and excitement to the season. So there you go. Done, done, done. Oh, the Toto email memes were just... Oh, that was fantastic. It was so... Check your email. Check your email. I sent you some diagrams. So what's great is we have some new salty memes to use if something goes wrong during the race. And it's going to be fantastic for us. Very pleased with that. So here we are, Motorsport Manager, still doing the Underdog Challenge, which is we started with the worst team in the bottommost league, and now we're in the topmost league, and we were predicted to come in 6th overall, but we are currently 3rd overall in the standings. And with only 2 races left, I believe that mathematically, nothing can change. That's not actually true. Technically, let's say we came in 1st and 2nd, right? That's 25 plus 18 points. That's 43 points. And Scuderia Rossina got nothing. We'd be just shy, but we could do it again the next race. Technically, the rankings can change. In practice, it's incredibly unlikely, unless there's a double DNF by our team or by their team, or, you know, if we double DNF 2 races in a row, then Kitano could, and Kitano came in 1st and 2nd both races, technically it's possible that we come in 4th. That's very unlikely. Slightly more likely we could come in 2nd, but not terribly so. Cash is not distributed equally between the teams, between the seasons. I, in fact, believe that the rules in this championship have, high merit payments. So it's significantly more cash by ending up higher up in the stands. So, so the payoff for us ending up 3rd here is going to be significant for us, which is really great. We are ready to drive in Dubai here, working on parts. We are completely committed to, we're just working on our experimental prototype parts, the illegal parts that are going to carry over next year. Every single piece of equipment that's being worked on performance-wise over here is all equipment we're going to be carrying forward to next year. Some of which is illegal, some of which is not, like some of it's actually we're using. But like we're taking these 2 brakes forward into the next season, one of which happens to be the brake we're using, the other one is over here. The way it distributes the performance, it's whiskey and chocolate. That's a bingo card, right? Quill sneezes. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the way it spreads it out is really weird. Like it tries to have basically all the parts completed at the same time. So if one part's missing like 1 performance and one part's missing 100 performance, they'll both, barring some rounding things, sort of finish on the same day. So we don't have to worry about prioritizing this part versus the other, because like this brake here is the most behind on its max performance, I think, out of all those. So most of the improvements going into this brake, and then it'll slowly trickle into some of these to finish them up. When we finish our next illegal part, we'll probably knock one of the ones that are nearly capped anyway, because it's basically nothing is happening for it. We'll throw another one in, and that's going to be okay. I guess, 6 points per day, and it puts most of the points into the part that needs the most amount of work. So we don't have to worry about which priority. As long as all the parts that are in here are all parts that we're going to be using next season, that's going to be great. We got some more whiskey and chocolate. We got Kuma and Nachos. Hey, Nachos. Dad jokes. What kind of car does an egg drive? A Volkswagen. What do you call it when a snowman throws a tantrum? A meltdown. I was going to attend the clairvoyance meeting, but it was canceled due to unforeseen events. Kume Nacho is always really efficient with all his dad jokes. Thank you very much for that. And Halko says, vroom, vroom! And it was Max's fault, I think, maybe. Hashtag Go Chica. So Halko's just going to throw some more fuel onto the fire. Sounds like a lot of fun. All right. So, we're ready to go. I don't think there's anything much. We did get one mail thing as I was preparing for today, which was to do some merchandising. Oh yeah, merchandising opportunity over here. Gives $1 million. Brought down Chica's morale slightly, but who cares about that? That's gonna bounce back at the end of the race when we get an excellent outcome. So I think we're about ready to go here. So Dubai, not a surprise. It is going to be a clear race with no planned win. Oh, we've got a crossing point on this race. Forgot about that. It's going to be on the warmer side, but we're not running like, well, I was going to say we're not running super soft tires, except there will be. So, you know, the tire heat's definitely going to be a thing. We probably can't push the tires too much, which means we'll get the longer increase their thing. Pit crew contracts were renewed right before I started the stream. Thanks for checking, Luller. But yeah, I just renewed all of our pit crew contracts and confirmed that everyone had been rotated as well. They were at 6 races remaining, so they're halfway through their contracts, so I went and renewed them all. 24 laps only. Now, so that's because we have very, 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 very long laps on this, which means we're not going to get a lot of wiggle room in terms of when we pit. And that could mean if both cars are on the same tire strategy, very likely they're going to have to pit on the same lap, which means if they're right next to each other, we may have some double stacking issues. This may incentivize us to split our strategy. I don't know. We'll see. In terms of placement, well, it's not going to be raining, so I don't think we're going to go for the 3rd above or the 1st or above. So I'll take the Football Manager one for 7th above. That's going to be okay. We did finish 1st in Singapore, which is excellent, and then 7th in Vancouver. Tire selection. Very low tire wear. I suspect that might mean we could do something like medium plus soft one stint. Yeah, we'll get the videos uploaded to YouTube soon too. I know there's always a backlog about that. I suspect that medium is going, like, we don't need that much, and that'll be slower than probably something like a medium soft, which I'm betting is going to be something. Is no stop medium actually an option? It could be with very low, and with Monty's medium tire wear thing, it is conceivable that something like that could happen, or it might be medium super soft or something like that. So we'll see. What I think I'm going to do is bring something like, do we want to bring a 5th super soft or a 4th soft? I don't think we need a 4th soft. I think we'll bring the extra super soft. What's the pit stop like here? It's hard to tell. I suspect it's going to be fairly, it's a bit on the costly side because it's such a long straight over here. On the other hand, as a percentage of the track distance, the pit stop is short, but I don't think that math matters. I think the only thing that matters is effective time lost relative to the people that stays outside. Hey, thanks for the bit, Sandex. This is what the track looks like. A dove pulling the very short skirt of a slim female squirrel. Wait, okay, I see the dove. Yeah, over here. And I guess that's a squirrel tail? I don't know. Interesting. Interesting. All right. We need to get some, like, Rorschach ink tests in here for Twitch chat and do some psychoanalysis on everyone. So yeah, what do we think about this tire? I don't think we need 2 mediums, because I don't think a medium stint is likely, and I also don't think we need to practice in mediums to get knowledge. So I don't think we need the 2 mediums. The only question is whether we want 4 softs or the 5 supers. I think we're going to be okay like this. It does look like a moose head, actually. All right. I don't think there's any parts to fit because I think the only new parts we've developed in a while are illegal parts. Yep. So I think we're ready to go. What's the best thing about Switzerland? I don't know, but the flag is a big plus. It is a bit of a Bullwinkle track. I like that. The Vamoose track. Whee! Yeah, it's fun that it's got a little crossing here. Always reminds me of the actual F1 in the Japanese track. Suzuka? I think. Anyway, has a crossing. I think it's not a bridge. I think it's a tunnel. I can't remember. I think it's a tunnel. I mean, effectively the over part counts as sort of a bridge type thing, but I think it's more of a descending track than an elevated. But I don't remember. Someone in chat will remember, or they'll bring up a picture and figure it out. It's whiskey and chocolate. Hey, Bale. Uh-oh. Hashtag Hamilton did nothing wrong. No, seriously, worst champion. I don't think that's accurate. I think he works very hard. He's clearly a very, 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 very good driver. Happy note. I hope the family get their new house on a good day. Have a good race. Go Monty. Thanks, Bale. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Let's take a look at the track. So it's a 24-lap track, right? I think we can no-stop Monty. I think we can no-stop Monty. Because I know it's like 21 to 23, but there's only a 5% cliff, and she has the mechanics trait, which I think she's got back. I think we got it back after like the disagreement. That can give her it. Is it efficient? Well, so here's a great question. How much slower are the mediums to anything else? So the mediums, I think, it depends on their phase and things like that. But the mediums will be about 3 seconds slower per lap versus brand new super softs. Now, only the brand new, and as a super soft degrade, they'll get sort of equal and then slower. Well, they're still a little faster, and then they go slower. So, I mean, you know, we lose a certain amount, but we save, let's assume 20-ish seconds for the pit stop. Versus, again, only counting the super softs. Let's assume the average delay on the other tires adds up to about 2-ish seconds, which means over the course of 24 laps, we're about 48 seconds slower. Maybe. Who knows? Monty's not the best passer, that's true. So, in theory... But the thing is, I don't know... Wow, hold on. Could we go super, super? It's 24 laps, right? And we're definitely not going to be pushing these tires because of the temperature. Is it 27 laps? Oh! It's 27. Never mind, then. None of that makes any sense. Is it 27 laps? No one actually noted it in chat earlier. I mean, I know it's 7 kilometers per lap. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, 24 laps. Yeah, okay. I think we go super, super. And it's going to be warm, so we're not going to be able to push the tires. And in fact, we're going to have to conserve the tires to stop them from overheating. With the exception of maybe medium. Although I suspect the mediums will have to do a little conserve as well. So the question is super, super faster than straight up medium? And I have to assume the answer is yes. But why don't we split strategies? Right? Monty with her ability... Because here's the thing. We're going to have to anyway. Balky's not going to be able to do the run on mediums. Only Monty with her ability to conserve... Excuse me. To conserve her mediums and get the extra stretch is going to be able to do it. Check the VOD, 24. Yeah, I was pretty sure it was 24, and 7 kilometers per lap. Let's split it. I mean, here's the thing. At this point, other than it would be nice to hit our sponsor objective, we've got nothing to do. That's the thing. We don't need points. The points are basically locked in. So the best way to YOLO the sponsor objectives is to split strategy. Because we only need... Normally, like... You know, yeah, sometimes there's one better, one worse, and like by splitting, you guarantee that at least one of them's on the good strat. But sometimes you might, you know, you could have had both people the good strat. Here, I think we're just fine with YOLOing because we don't. If one ends up in 20th position, it doesn't actually bother us at all. Virtual fan, thank you very much for the contribution to the Whiskey and Chocolate Fund. Glad to finally catch a live stream of yours. Watch countless hours of your videos, so this Whiskey and Chocolate tip is more than deserved. Keep rocking. Thank you very much, virtual fan. And we got some bits in from Soldier Man. Thank you very much. So yeah, let's medium. So we're not going to practice on mediums though. What we'll do is we'll practice on the super softs. Yeah, we're going to practice on the super softs. Especially that way, Balky will be able to have the super soft knowledge for the race day. How their layouts look. Okay, the handling's probably going to have to be stiffened up some. Yeah, they take a morale hit if they have a bad race. They're not going to have an apocalyptically bad race. I'm not really concerned about that. Alright, I like this. We'll get the super soft knowledge, so Balky will hopefully... Well, no, they definitely will have tier 3 super soft knowledge for the race. I like it. There's 2 more races. There's 2 races. We're going to do them today. This will be the end of our season. And then next week we start what might be our final season. Fingers crossed. Well, yeah, Balky could use the medium in practice to get the knowledge boost, but here's the thing. Monty won't use the knowledge. She's just going to use race trim plus her medium tire conservation tech. And Balky's not going to use mediums at all, so we don't need medium knowledge. Unless we change our mind and decide to put Balky out on a medium run as well. But I don't think we will. Move it up a little bit more. Alright, it's a long lap. Hey! Purple the speed balance right away. And 91, in fact. Cool. I know. I'll throw in a little more downforce. And I'll take the handling over. Actually, let's do a little bit more like that. And that'll break the speed balance, but it's fine. We know where the purple speed balance is, so we'll be able to find it. Whoa! Double purple! That's really cool. Do you have any drivers on the payroll you started this challenge with? Oh, God, no. I mean, they were definitely not going to be good enough for that. So we started in the bottom league, right? Like, how good were they ever going to be? And yeah, we fired our reserve as well, so yeah, not even Emma, that's true. Okay. 7% tire usage. Thank you. Although it's a little inaccurate because it's an outlap, so it's not exactly the same. Looks like we actually want to add a bunch of downforce instead. So all we're hunting for on this car is where the downforce sweet spot is, because we already know everything else. Let Emma race the last race. Maybe. The thing is, I think we'll have to check the Drivers' Championship, but I think there's still some space for things there. Okay, the downforce went from good to great, so I'll dial in a little bit more. The handling went from good to poor, or to okay, so the handling actually needs to be on the other side over here. And the speed balance, I'll just do this, and then we'll see what that looks like. We'll take a look at the point standing, and if it's impossible for any of our drivers to go up or down in the drivers' rankings, then we'll throw Emma in for the last race. Sure. Okay. That's great. Now we know where all the purples are. So we can use this first setup, and then bring this in. And then bring you back over here. And do something like that. There we go. It's possible we'll still have to make a little tweak afterwards, but basically we're fine. Balky can just stay out. Good, great. I don't know, put in a little bit more and see what happens here. And then for the handling, good, okay, great. I'll just throw in something like that and see what that does to our handling. And then we can fix the speed balance afterwards. Not just the same again? I don't think so. No, well, clearly not, because we lost 3%. Yeah, no, it wasn't the same. So with the handling, okay, the downforce is great. So the excellent might be somewhere in the middle of these three. It's hard to tell. The handling, I'd say we got worse overall. It's good. It's great there. It's great there, but I think we lost percentage. It's hard to tell. I have a feeling this is going to be a tricky one with Monty here. This is practice for first race. Arrow feels fantastic. Oh. That's interesting. She's commenting on the arrow, and it's the only thing that's not excellent. But we found the excellent spot for gearing. Presumably, that means the arrow was better than last time. The excellent is... So, I mean, this is great, and this is great over here. Like, this sort of range. The excellent's probably somewhere in there, especially since we're at 98. I'm just going to give a little tiny flick and then call that good enough. You know what? 4 laps is probably going to be plenty. We'll just let you run those. Bring in. These are long laps. We don't want to spend longer out there than we have to. There we go. That's going to be perfect. So Balky can start doing quali stints. Wait. Oh, okay. Right. All right. I forgot I ended up breaking this. Trying to get the handling back where we want it, and then for the speed balance, I'll do it something like this. Excellent speed balance, excellent downforce. There we go. That should be better. I sent Balky on the same setup. I thought I did. Okay. So you were talking before about Balky, not Monty. All right, I see it. But we should be fine. We knew where it was. So we still don't know where the... Oh, now that's interesting. So this is actually giving us info. So the downforce actually needs to be a little bit higher. Maybe not that much. There was a 98 here and dropped to 97 there. So we'll do that. Everything else seems okay. See if you can get some quality knowledge for me, please. What do you do when your starting drivers don't win the races? You got a dilemma. Hashtag Team Emma. Hashtag dilemma. Who are you going to call? Emma! I did race trim there? Did I? Well, the handling has to be a scooch more towards the right. Like that. Then what I need to do is bring this back to where it was. Bring that back to where it was. Quali trim. No, okay. Is it Monty? No, they were both on quali trim. Baja. And we got our 99% award. Oh. Oh, we only got level 1 quali trim, which is annoying. Unfortunately for Emma, Monty does win races. Yeah. So yeah, only level 1 quali trim is not great. In fact, I'm thinking we don't even run it. Okay, what do we want to do with? We don't even know in quali how influential this is, but it must be. Do we run sweeter spots or do we run the 5% quali trim? Sweeter spots increases the odds that we get a decent run, but the quali trim will actually increase the maximum potential run. Quali, sweeter spots, sweeter. Okay, so we'll run... Chat wants the sweeter spots. We'll run the super soft tires in super overtake mode over here. Okay. So yeah, 99% super softs. 99% super softs. Too bad about the quali trim. We'll go. And we definitely want to do 2 runs here. And the lap times are actually going to be insanely long. Can we even fit in 2 runs? Well, maybe if we just jam it immediately. Hang on. If I cancel... Yeah, 134. Yeah, we're going to be fine. It's going to be tight, actually. Go instantly. Both of you. Hope you don't hold each other up, but I can't delay. I should have let Monty out first. She should be faster with her super overtake mode. Monty's going to be held up by Balky. There we go. Overtakes Balky. Hopefully, didn't lose too much time in the process. Although now Balky is keeping up. Maybe she's getting a draft. I don't know. Oh my god, it's such a long in-lap! Okay. I'm going to send out pretty quickly, actually. Send Monty out first, although so far our times are definitely holding up. That was a super overtake. Ha! And give him a little bit of a gap this time. This should be fine. 2.5 minutes should be plenty for the outlap, hopefully. It's slower, but it's not that slow. Overheated perfect. Perfect good. Monty's not improving. Balky did a personal best first sector. Second sector. So Monty didn't improve, but no one else did either. Balky improved by 1 step. Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Yeah, that's what the thing is. I don't know if the performance, the level of performance makes a difference with the quali. That for a while we ran on the assumption it didn't, but then we're like, oh maybe, and I don't know, and anyway. So now we're where we are, where we sometimes have the tire knowledge, but we don't stress about getting tire knowledge. If we have the level 3 tire knowledge, we throw it in just in case. But yeah, we're ambivalent about how useful we think it is. Okay. So with Monty, if we give you light-footed medium tire race trim, we're going to run this, and we're going to try to make this a no-stopper. Disadvantage of that, we don't get to recharge our ERS, which is too bad. The advantage is it's pretty freaking hilarious. And with Balky, we are going to try to go 12 and 12 on these super softs. So we're going to go super soft race trim. Bam. Engine modes, you guys should both be able to run orange. Definitely no pushing on either tire. No pushing on either tire. There won't be a penalty for not pitting. It's not a rule here. I actually don't even know if it's an option you can enable in here to require pitting. Like in F1, in actual F1, you don't... I guess technically you don't have to pit, but assuming it's not a wet race, you are required to use 2 different tire compounds, which means that effectively, well, yeah, as a result, you are required to pit in conventional F1. But it is not a regulation in this league here. Now, if there's a safety car, everything changes pretty dramatically, depending on when it happens. I mean, we're definitely going to box Monty if there's a... Well, unless it's in the first couple of laps, then we keep her up for position, I guess. But otherwise, we box her for software compound, and that's going to be okay. Alright, coming along to the start. So, 4th and 8th. And we're off! Now, it would not surprise us, of course, if Monty loses in position early on, because people around her are on much softer tires. But that's going to be okay. Valky dropped a position as well, which is unfortunate. Hopefully she gets it back. Okay, Monty down to 6. Again, not really a surprise in any way whatsoever. Wonder if anyone ever experimented using multiple compounds on the same car, like soft front, medium rear. So you're not allowed to do that in F1. They all have to be the same compound. In fact, they are all registered as the same set as well. You can't mix and match them that way. But the front tires and the rear tires are slightly different in F1 and have slightly different like tire pressure regulations, or like, you know, numbers that they're given. So effectively they do run different tires front and rear. One thing I don't know if they're required to have the same pressure on both the left and right side. Alright, ERS is coming online soon. Monty's held on to 6th, which is pretty good. Balky down to 9th. And then Lippinen right behind as well on medium tires, which is not what we want to see. Okay, ERS is about to kick in. Someone messaged me on Discord. Apparently the ERS goes down slower when you're in curves. It's probably it runs over distance rather than anything else, which means it's not as concerning to use the ERS in some of these corners. Wow, that is that's got to be a track limit violation there. And you got to give that place back. What is this shit? The problem is, I'm going to ERS Monty. If I ERS Balky here, I'm not sure she's going to be able to get through this wall. We may have to just wait a tick. There we go. And we'll go now once things have straightened out a little. And we'll see if we can get through things. There we go. There we go. That's what we're talking about. If Balky comes up near Monty, we will use team orders because Balky's on a different strategy, and she should... We do want to give her the overtake. 100%. They're not quite tight enough yet. Okay. We'll give the team orders here. Race director, check your emails. Balky, get through quickly with a little spurt of ERS, please. Without delay. Lovely. There we go. The positional inversion. As planned. Strategy! Strategy! Alright. Temperatures are going to be going up, especially on these soft tires. They're already heating up very fast. The mediums are heating up fairly quickly as well, but we're kind of okay with that because we're kind of planning on maybe doing a little bit of conserve on these medium tires to make sure they last until the end. You think the team orders would delay her? I mean, I don't want her to re-overtake Balky, so I don't know if she'll drive any slower. I mean, I suppose I could go ahead and do this if we're concerned about that. I'll just make sure to give Balky a bit of a spurt of ERS soon so that we can get some bit of gap. But Balky should be going faster, at least until her tires start to degrade. And then Monty could theoretically do a re-overtake at that point when all the super softs start to not hit the cliff but get close to it. So super soft, the cliff's going to be 15%, right? Let's keep an eye on things. We'll try to get a percentage count soon. Well, we don't have much of a choice. We have to do... The plan is to do 12 laps on these tires. So unless like, even if we think we might hit the cliff, that's okay, that Monty got overtaken a bit, although maybe it could have done a little defensive. In fact, I might be able to just re-grab that over here. And then, Balky, I'm going to give you ERS now so that Monty doesn't catch up to you and cause some issues between us. Looks like she's not going to be able to... Oh, she got cut off hard there. There we go, around the outside. Whoa! Lippinen going super slow around that corner. Wow! Alright. Alright, Balky up ahead. 1 second behind. Who's that? Partanen. And actually getting up a little closer here, which is nice. Might be able to do a little something with some charge soon. Getting personal best lap in. I mean, everyone's going to be improving their lap time because their fuel loads are going down. It's okay for Monty to get overtaken, but not by mediums. That's true, yeah. If Lippinen were to get ahead, which might happen again here. Now, the thing is, they probably can't go for a no-stop. So, barring a safety car, the Lippinen probably still has to pit. Unless they also have the super long tire life medium trait. So we're still probably in good shape there. Monty, oh shit. Are they doing it again? Alright. Hang on. I don't want to have to keep using ERS for this. And Lippinen does have a better car. So at some point this might just happen. To be worried about Monty's fuel, so we don't have already. The battery, we're not using hybrid mode. We don't have hybrid mode with this engine, so the batteries are never about fuel conservation. And no, we're not worried about the fuel, because when we go to yellow, we'll regain fuel at that point. We should be 100% fine. Oh yeah, and Lippinen, he's actually not pushing his tires right now. And he is going to ERS past us now. He did? Okay, he must have pushed earlier, yeah. So he's definitely going to stop, so that's fine. If he wants to pass us, that's actually okay, because he's definitely going to have to stop, and we'll get it back in the pits. Nice, like, low stress. Should make it past again here, but that's going to be okay. Sort of a low-stress race. Do we box for softs? No, we are unlikely to be able to finish on softs. Yeah. We're not going to be able to finish on softs, so we don't pit Monty. And I don't think we pit Balky either. Unless we pit her now for mediums. Let's pit her now for mediums. It's too bad we've got so much freaking ERS. Yeah, we'll get the cheap pit stop now for the mediums on Balky. I guess we only need 50% charge, since she's got something like 60% as is. Okay, so she's going to box for medium. Monty, we're definitely not going to have to worry about her tire because of the extra time behind the safety car. What I'm going to be annoyed is if Lippinen can make it to the end now because of the safety car laps. That's going to be annoying. I'm not boxing Monty. Yeah, we're leaving Monty out. I think I would have preferred no safety car. There's not that many people pit. See, Lavoie and Becker on fresh mediums. Holden and fresh sauce. I don't think he's going to make it to the end. Which is interesting. So we didn't gain much in the way of position on Monty. Why did the safety car preserve the gaps between cars? I think until you catch up to the safety car, everyone runs on sort of virtual safety car speeds. So the gap sort of stays similar until you catch up to the safety car and then it scrooches together. I think that's the way it runs here. There's really not a lot of laps left. Oh shit, I didn't realize the tires had gotten cold. About P1 despite pit stop, she's a monster. Yeah, no. Sick. Flores and Partan probably should have boxed. I think for anyone who wasn't already on mediums, I think boxing for mediums was the correct play. So the fact that a lot of the AIs didn't makes me feel pretty good. Hey, Brother Beard! Did you hear? They uncovered a plot to assassinate the Kai. It was a no-win scenario! I mean, okay. That is a beautifully deep dive pun based on Deep Space Nine knowledge. Here's an interesting question. Who is the worst character? Kai Wynn or Dolores Umbridge? DS9, Harry Potter. Kai Wynn, Dolores Umbridge. Who is the most vile character? Discuss. So safety car's in. I don't think it restarts until I think when first place drives past the start line. Oh, no, it kicks in now. As soon as the safety car disappears, it kicks in. Okay, let's, actually, let's overtake mode right now. We're not going to be able to overtake to the end of the race, but for now it's going to be okay. We'll ERS the engines. Go, 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 go. I mean, Umbridge was so vile to children. On the other hand, like, you know, destroying the goddamn wormhole profit things and all that sort of shit, and, like, nearly destroying, like, a planet. Come on, Monty! Get in there! Get! 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 Okay, I'm gonna drop Monty down to high, because I'm not sure she can maintain this until the very end. And Valky really didn't get a lot done there either. I mean, everyone burned the same way, really. Go to high mode here, too. Kaiwin, Carol Baskin picture comparison, so fun. Space Pope Karen, or literally the only character in Harry Potter more evil than Voldemort. I mean, oh, yellow flag. Another crash! Wow. All right. Too bad they're none of the people ahead of us. But those people tend to have better focus, so unlikely to be much of an issue. Valky, disappointing here. Although we're gonna hopefully get some free places up with Valky as a result of other people pitting. Yeah, I'm surprised there's so many crashes. It's a dry day, but I don't know, maybe the sun's getting in their eyes. Monty, I'm gonna ERS you, and actually Valky, there we go, you just did an overtake anyway. We'll let Lipinen through. And those more worn mediums. The thing is, those worn mediums might make it to the end now because of the safety car. Alright, Cheek up in 11th. I haven't played Life is Strange, so I can't judge any characters from that game. The Borg count as a whole character? I mean, the Borg feel more like just an organism, right? It would be like saying like E. coli is evil, is how I feel about the Borg. Despite, you know, Borg Queen having a personality aside. 495 kilometers. Is that what they hit? A little bit nuts, yeah. Kaiwin's the ultimate hypocrite. Yeah, I guess that's true, and that bothers me. It's the insincerity. And believing it's true. The difference is, like, Umbridge might, like, have a certain something as a facade, but it's the feeling that Kai was, like, kind of lying to herself. And using the sort of, I don't know, like, just, I don't know if cognitive dissonance is the right word. I don't think, no, that's not the word I'm looking for. But the sort of thing where, regardless of what side you're on politically, what you feel the other side in politics has, right, with their sort of conflicting ideas and different things like that bothers me. It annoys me. Umbridge was like, she had this facade of things, but she was really just kind of one way. And with Kai, it was like you'd have these moments of her being like, no, you can be a decent person, you understand. And then, like, convolutedly convincing herself otherwise. And that just, drove me crazy. Top 10 score points. And right now, we don't really care about points. Like, the last two races, we're basically locked in. This is just for fun, these races. Bum, 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 bum. Double think. Yeah, I guess there's a lot of double think going on. Maybe that part of it. And a hypocrite, and yeah. And the holier than thou. I guess, yeah. And both of them are in a position where they're abusing their position of sort of trust and things, right? Like a school teacher, you have to trust them because they've got authority over children. And as a religious leader, you have, like, authority over... And I think that was the sense of scope, right? Like, Umbridge, yeah, she aligned herself with, you know, the dark side. But the scope of her influence was limited. Admittedly, in the magicking world, there's not as many people, so, you know, the influence over the school or some position in the ministry was one thing. But basically, like, a world theocracy, right? Like, all of Bajor is basically one religion. So, like, and the Kai is much more influential than, say, it is like the Pope, right? It's, imagine the Pope, it was the Pope of the entire world that only believed in Catholicism, and he had a lot of authority in politics. More, I mean, obviously he's got some influence in it, but it's not the same. I mean, at some point, Bajor is, like, nearly theocratic, effectively. And so that's why I always felt like Kaiwin was a worse person, because the scope of her influence was much more. How are we feeling about our situation here? I mean, we got lots of charge. We can wait. We're gonna red Balky's engine a little bit more later on. Nice. Oh my God! Another freaking crash! Holden crashed. When do you see that? That's crazy talk. That's crazy. Well, we're going to definitely go up the places. Yeah, no, they're going to pit anyway. But we did have a lot of charge. So it's like, all right, whatever. We'll go through it and see where we end up here. Tire temps are rising, but I don't think we're going to have to stress about it. We might do a tiny bit of conserve, which might be a little something we have to worry about with Monty, because we don't. We're over halfway through the race, and we've got, you know, over 50% of our tire, although the last 5% is the cliff, so we don't want to hit that, but we're still good. Fuel's good. I feel like crashes are tied to a per race random number. I mean, the thing is, it's kind of legit. Like, it represents that there's something about the track, right? There's wind that it's coming from behind in one corner, so you're going to get more crashes. You know, that's realistic. It's in a desert. We've seen races where sand is constantly blowing across the track. It makes it a little grittier, but also a little more slippery. So it's bad on the tires, and you can pop a tire unexpectedly, but also lose control if, you know, you just dip a tire into a little bit more of a sand patch than anything else. So it sort of makes sense if at the start of the race internally, the RNG kind of rolled, you know, how many crashes are likely kind of vibe, because that's sort of the way it works in real life. Pit now, either to stop. We are not boxing either one of our drivers for the rest of the race. We're staying out for the rest. If it was a safety car, maybe. But there's no safety car, so we're not. If it had been a safety car, then probably, at this point, I think we could pit both for super softs, and we would probably do that, in fact. Yeah, I still suspect we're going to be redlining Balky's engine before the end of it. We'll probably have to yellow out Monty's right near the end. But so far, so good. Lots of charge on both. Balky is near someone. Okay, they're boxing, so actually we can just hold our ERS for now, as long as we're not going to be slowed down. Who's that in 7? Forsyth? Actually, his tires are going to be probably pretty slow. Let me go ahead and do this. I suspect Balky might have gotten held up a little bit. So we'll just try to fly by the person with the slow tires as quickly as possible. Can't wait for like half a lap for things. Yeah, Lippinen, yeah, they're definitely going to box. They're pushing their tires. Wow, redding their tires. Well, they're probably like planning on pitting soon. So they're like, well, we may as well burn as much as possible. They're going to come out on super softs. So they're going to be pretty speedy. And if Lavoie and Becker keep pushing their tires, they're not going to make it to the end either. I suspect they're going to pull back to, like, green, in fact, to drop the temperature at some point. Are they in a tight race? No, they're not. Lavoie's 5 seconds ahead of everyone. Why are you doing this? Unless they've calculated they can get to the end. Well, I'm sure they will get to the end, but I'm surprised about the redlining. Yeah, DeGraff's going to have to pit as well. Hume may not have to. And he's actually bluing his tires. He blew himself. So he's really not going to have to. We're going to have to ERS on Monty soon here. Yeah, they might have calculated they can't get to the end. No, see, there you go. Going to conserve here. I think they calculated that they could get to the end. And that's the thing. I think they had enough tread as long as they managed their tires. So they couldn't keep redlining it, but there you go. They're going green now. So they're going to go to the end. Lippinen, I don't think you can. So we're just going to let Monty come around here, and well, I guess I'll have to use it. I guess I'll use it now. Go, 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 go. Yeah, they prefer the experiments, which I don't think is right, because I think overall the wear is worse that way, like the wear and the speed. Like, if you're going to alternate between orange and green, I think yellow ends up being better overall. I'm not sure. Yeah, Ria's been in 10 form the entire time, which is really nice. She's going to have to yellow her fuel soon. Still think Balky will probably end up redlining by the end of it. Balky's closing in on someone over here. Very nicely. Temperatures are getting a little hot on Balky's tires. Crashed on 10 form before, though? Yeah, maybe. Closing in, but not quite there, and actually we're being closed in on from behind as well. Ooh, overtook 2 drivers. There's Lippinen coming out on super softs. And they will be fast, but they don't... Well, they've got 5 laps, actually. There might still be something coming down the pipe there. Alright, this is a big straightaway section. We'll just go ahead and do a big ERS burn. We're not too close anymore, unfortunately. Yellow flag. Wow! These crashes! Is Hamilton in this race? Is he knocking people out all over the place? I don't mean that, but it's funny. I guess Hume's pit is irrelevant. That's true. Surkoff probably has to pit, although they're behind us, so it doesn't really matter. It's hard to imagine us getting ahead of Level 1 Becker in any way whatsoever. But this is amazing. Look, like, we didn't pit, and we have the same tire wear as these guys. In fact, if it wasn't for the temperature limit on Valky, we could push our tire a bunch. Carbon Racing from the NASCAR episode. Oh, I don't think I saw that one. She could drop to 5th place. Is there... She was already in 5th. I'm a little confused, but okay. So we can close in on Flores here on these old softs that are definitely going to start being less good here. I don't have much charge, but I think we're closing in. We're going to have to yellow Monty's fuel soon. 1.3. Alright, let's go. Catcher in the chicane. No. Okay. We might not be able to... Well, it'll depend on the... if Flores hits the cliff, possibly. But yeah, those tires are definitely getting frayed. Yeah, the Monty fuel is okay. We can go another lap. We got a ton of ERS. I'll just hit the button now, because I'm not going to babysit where it is. There's no one around Monty one way or another, so there's not really a sweet spot to use it. But yeah, we can keep going down a little bit more on that fuel. And at some point we'll have to maybe green Balky's tire to conserve tire. But we might not, actually. I might not bother. Yeah, it'll decay twice as fast, but... On the hardest tire compound, there's not much of a difference between the performance bands. We'll be able to orange her fuel again by the end, but we'll switch now just to make sure I don't completely miss it. Valky's being challenged by Lipinen, who's on... Yeah, so they box for those super softs, and I said, I bet you we'll start to see this again by the end, and that's exactly what's happening here. Those super softs are definitely still going to be performing better than our mediums currently on Valky. Oh, and Lipinen's got tons of charge. Realistically, we won't be able to defend if they decide to just burn their full ERS. But I'm just sitting here with my finger on the ERS button. I'm not going to be watching Monty, especially since there's nothing really to tweak over there. 2 laps remaining. It's going to be a really hard job keeping Lipinen behind us for that, especially since they're probably just going to dump all their ERS right at the end. Stay ahead on the corner. Okay, good. Yeah, I don't think we can actually delay Lipinen. So in practice, we're going to end up 6th with Valky. But that's okay. Go to orange mode over here, and yeah, nothing to do. I'll just hit the button again just to say. Oh, there's the ERS. Defend. Stay ahead. Go, go, go. Ooh. No. That's probably... That's what I figured we'd end up. I think this is going to be the end result. 3rd and 6th. Which isn't bad. I don't think... We don't want to orange a tire here because the temperature was going to be capped anyway. But we can possibly orange it on Monty. Yeah, the tire temp is going to get there, but I think I'm just going to let it burn. She's just about to start her final lap, so there's plenty of tread here. Even if we're burning it at double the normal speed, that's going to be fine. Embarrassing there. I'm going to save my charge up for a sec here. We might still be able to do something. Drop you down to medium. Flores is going to cliff, but Flores is 6 seconds ahead. I don't think even with the cliff we're going to be catching up. And going to the more aggressive tire modes don't matter once the heat is maxed out, just to prevent some abuse. As far as we know. I don't know. Here, we'll do that. As long as we don't burst the tire. Now the fuel's bingo fuel, we didn't get there. Alright, that's that. Okay. I mean, 3rd and 6 is fantastic. It's really good. Sucks that Flores and Partanen are that close to, but it doesn't matter. We're not competing with them. Lavoie is the Scuderia, well, not Ferrari. What are they again? Rossini. So it would have been nice if them or Lipinen had been the ones who crashed, because that was the one where technically it might have been possible if they DNF'd and we got a bunch of points, we might have been able to end second overall, but it was fairly unlikely. It basically needed a double DNF from them. Emma would have won? Okay, that's good. And still a podium for Monty. Yeah, it's really good. I think there's a really good chance we challenge this next time. Well, there's always a possibility of illegal parts. That's true, too. Although, again, without them actually crashing out, there's not going to be enough of a points differential. Eight places! 8 places! How many illegal parts was she running? She had like a 5th wheel under there hidden, like a jet rocket in the back that we didn't notice during the race. I mean, that's almost a DNF. She only got 2 points. But Lippinen's still in there getting a few. Holy shit! Wow! Yeah, Canadians, they cheat all the time. Or is it the Italian team? I don't know. Wow! Hey, 2nd place! Woohoo! Ha 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 ha! Alright. Alright. I don't think there's any change here. See, Monty could potentially end up... No, never mind. Here's the thing. I don't think Monty can go up or down, right? Because she's 32 points ahead this way and 29 points behind over here. So we could have Monty sit a race and have Emma play. For the memes. But Balky is in a tight race for her position of 6th. So Balky's going to race. Maybe we'll sit Monty and have Emma win the final race of the season. Achievement for contract driver to win the race? That would be fun, yeah. Okay, Emma, it's your chance. Does Lavoie mean the cheater in French? We came in 1st overall that race, though. We earned the most points out of any team. Go us. Boop. Winning in a race with Emma should be a hidden achievement. Well, we're going to try it. What are the odds that Emma crashes? Luckily, I don't think they bill us for car repairs. We've got mail. Any thoughts? Yeah, anything can happen. We just give them a morale boost. Crash heavy race in Dubai. Calls for strong safety precautions. Oh, illegal suspension just finished. Excellent. I can't look at all my... No, I can go to fit parts. There you go. So we've got double illegal suspension. I mean, we might be able to make an even stronger one. I don't know. But I think we need to do some front wing work, actually. Because we haven't improved the front wing at all. 10 days. I think we'll just go like this, and that'll have to be good enough. We don't have a lot of time. So drivers are overrated achievement. I mean, I know this is faster to do this. The question is, can we do this and then still do 2 more? We do have a little time after the race. But we also need to put in the improvement. I don't think so. I think I'm going to do this, and then this part, and then that'll be that. Because then we need some time to put in some improvements. Load up Emma with illegal parts. No, because then we lose the parts, is the problem. Oh, wait. No. No one's tired. Well, that's fine. You don't really do anything, so your mistake chance doesn't really matter too much. Nope. 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 Okay. Refit the cars to give Emma the best car. I mean, I guess we might have to, although that won't be a good mood boost, but we should. Alright, front wing. New front wing. Go, go. Yeah, it'll just have to be that.
It's whiskey and chocolate.
We don't have enough time for another part. We'll drop. You're basically at your max here. We'll throw the improvements in over there. Got whiskey and chocolate. Bitter old guy! Race Emma! Bring pay driver to a new level. $5 to race Emma. Pay driver. Okay. I got it. Yeah, pit crew contracts were renewed before the stream started. So we're all good there. Parts reliability doesn't matter now, but like whatever. We'll just click some things. But yeah, improvement over here will be okay. And then when we get our end of season payout, we're going to immediately start working on a factory. The thing is, it takes so long to do. I don't think the factory will even be done for next season. But if somehow we don't win, at least it'll be available. Mechanic contract? Yeah, I renewed. We had one contract from one of the mechanics, I think for Jeffrey here, was going to expire. I renewed him. I think I renewed from cheaper, or yeah, I think he might be cheaper per race. Everyone wants me in my team. I renewed Chica's contract last time too for effectively exactly the same and with less bonus. Everyone's really happy to be on the team. They don't need to be paid more. No, I think the factory's like 45 million. Or 35 million. 35 million for the factory, so I can't start it now. Improve the new suspension? I am, aren't I? Oh, I'm not. Thank you. Hang on, let me clear this. I mean, really, it doesn't... As long as I'm improving the parts that I'm bringing forward next year, it doesn't really matter which ones I pick. Because we get the same amount of points being applied. Right? So I kind of want to make sure the engines, although they're basically there, because they get the double dip in performance. And again, really nothing else. Like, it doesn't matter as long as it's not going to run out, and it's not going to run out. All right, we're going to finish this up in Belgium, where all great things start and finish here, huh? 27th of November. That's going to be cold, isn't it? I don't know. No, it's going to be fine. Weather's going to be groovy. Tire wear is going to be low. 27 laps. Not 24 this time. 27. Why did reliability to the brake we're not using? What? Oh, I don't know. That was, yeah, just a mistake. None of the reliability matters. It literally makes no difference. If I could pull, like, this guy off and, like, help him work the performance, I would. Completely irrelevant. Alright. The driver swap happens when we start the race. So Monty's locked in. So we're not bringing Monty. Which means we're not going to be able to do the medium tire shenanigans. First place sponsor for Emma. I guess that's the one thing with bringing Emma as kind of a meme pick. Is it does slightly reduce the chance that we get our sponsorship. The only swap you can make is for practice. Oh! Oh, I'd have to swap them here. Oh, no, I'm not doing that. So yeah, I could let Emma do the practice, which make... Yeah, sorry, we can't... I'm not going to swap that, because I want to make her all pissy. No, I'm not doing that. That's stupid. I can let her practice. So, some medium tire shenanigans might actually be available for the race. Yeah, and we'd lose super overtake. No, that would be... Has to be sick for valid. Oh, right, if she's injured, I can sub her for the race. Yeah. No, we're not doing that. So we might be able to do some medium shenanigans. It's low. It's not very low. It's only low. I suspect doing no stop on medium is not going to be an option over here. But it might be like a medium super. But I suspect it's much more likely that we do something like soft. This is interesting. It's the pit that sort of cuts off a bunch of the corner here. There's even a little chicane. So I think the pit stops are really, really cheap here. I think that's one of the things we'd like sort of decided for the Ardennes track is I think the pit stops are really cheap. So, and I suspect with this, it's going to be soft. We might do a super. But I think we're going to do this. I think the plan is going to be to practice on softs and plan on likely doing a soft run. But push comes to shove, we might change our plan and do something with supers. There's no parts to change. Okay. It's cold though, supers will have issues? What? No, if it's cold, the supers will be better because they warm up nicely. Triple super sounds super. Okay. What mods are being used? No mods. Just totally vanilla. Sorry, Emma. $27 laps. So it's soft super. Soft super gives us 28 laps at the low end. So it's going to be soft super. So we don't really need any knowledge at all. So we may as well just practice on the mediums. Keep all of our tire options open, not that it matters. Guess we'll leave everything where it is. I mean, we could try to do like a super run by pushing a lot. Even if it's a cheap pit stop, I don't think it's that cheap. Keep medium in case it's relevant to the safety car. Okay, so there is a possibility. I guess if there was a crash very close to the end of the start of the race, like a crash on lap 7 or 8 or something like that, we could decide to run the mediums and just stay out for the rest of the race. But here's what I propose. If there was a crash in the first 7 laps, we could pit for super and then just go super. Right? Because I think with the pit stop here, I think if we're looking at 20 laps, I think we'd rather do a super than a medium. So I don't think the medium is going to be relevant. Yeah, practice soft, that's not a bad point. Because what are we going to use? We're obviously going to use race trim, and... So I guess actually getting the soft knowledge is going to benefit. Okay, yeah, good point. I don't think I'm going to make any adjustments to the cars right now. Most likely the speed balance here is going to go up, but we actually don't even know that for sure. Or what I could do is I could crank the speed balance to the top and then be ready to pull back on it. Maybe I'll do that. Then I guess what I can do with the downforce, I can put one car with lower downforce. And one car with higher downforce. And then if one says great and one says bad, then we know which end is, closer to being correct. Okay. Our last practice of the season. Then we get our winter break. Boom. Okay, so we know that we need quite a bit more downforce. Do that. The handling was pretty good. And the speed balance, yeah, is going to be more acceleration focused. We'll go... It's going to be quite far. Maybe something like that. And we'll see what the handling does. Go, go, go. Do, 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 do. Speed balance is very poor. Less downforce. Stiffer handling. Much longer speed balance. Actually, I don't think those have gone quite far enough. They often practice on the hardest compound no matter what. Yeah. Because I don't think they use the knowledge. So they just, look to burn fewer tires. The fact that some are practicing on super softs is really good, because they might end up with not enough super softs left in the end, and that's where you end up seeing the times when the AI comes out on, really worn tires sometimes. Why the speed balance in both cars be so different? Different cars, different driver styles. It is true in reality as well. So it's poor here, it's okay here. So I think I overshot. I think the speed balance has got to be a little bit more sort of there. The handling was great, became good. I'm going to stiffen it up. Probably put it another notch. Something like that. It was okay. So it's going to be closer to the okay than the poor. This is probably just barely poor into good, into great and excellent somewhere over here. And what we'll do here is we'll just, I don't know, nudge in a tiny bit more front wing angle and see what that does for us. Yeah, race. I think it's November, but I think it is late November. But yeah, late November race in Spa, that would be insane in real life. That would be insane. Okay, we'll just bring the downforce down a little bit more and see what that does for us. Handling was okay, it's great over here. We'll just, I don't know, throw in some tire camber. And see what that does for both of those. Okay. Go, go, go. Whoa, purple, purple, green. 98%. So our speed balance is very close. Just needs a little nudging. What I'll do is I'll change the rear wing angle slightly. Okay, slightly more. And we'll see what that does for us. Ooh. Ruined things to Monty, I think. Okay, so the downforce clearly needs to be on the other side of the previous grate. By a fair bit, actually. The handling is okay. It was great here. We're in between two grates. We'll see what that does, although I'm not really holding my breath. So it was great here. It became good there. So actually, yeah, pulling back is correct. Probably not that far, though. Maybe do this. We can be the left of the other great handling and see what that does. Okay. double reading a little bit because I'm feeling the time ticking by. That's the thing, with the longer laps, it's a lot harder for us to get all the knowledge. Okay, well, we lost a percentage, but... Okay, I want to use this setup. So presumably I lost the knowledge going that way, so what I'll do is I'll bring the speed balance up and then rebalance the downforce, and that'll probably be okay. So you can just stay out. Well, it's not going to be that long. We'll just fuel for 8 laps. Minimize some of the fueling time. Keep your lap times higher. But we're going to keep Balky out. Okay, we finally found the excellent arrow. So the handling clearly needs to be softer by a notch. And we'll do something like that. And that's going to be pretty close, but I guess we'll still bring Monty in next lap. I'm having a really hard time with her. Okay, 97% not bad. I'll just throw in a little more tire pressure and see if it goes up a percent or down a percent, but we're not going to care about it anymore. You know what? I think 4 laps is going to be plenty. Just do that, so it'll minimize your refueling time. Keep your lap speed a little higher. Interesting, the temperature's going down slightly on these tires. There we go. Oops. Missed that Balky was already in. Go and do some quality laps for me, please. On your 99%. Excellent. Now we're going to stay on this. We don't need to get any super soft knowledge. So we're not going to use it for quality anyway. Don't think we're going to get to level 3. We might get to level 2 quality knowledge, though. 98%. Oh, in purple... Oh! Wow! We're at the lowest of the... Yeah, let me do this. The lowest of the triple purple. I'll knock it back a step and then see what that does. And then just go out and do quality trims. Thank you kindly. Yeah, we've secured 3rd place for the team championship. Balky can improve. I think we're 4th and 6th in the drivers. I think Balky can improve by 1 step, or worsen by 1 step. I don't think Monty can change. I think she's locked in wherever she is in the drivers' championship. Oh, I don't know if we're going to get to level 2. After all. We'll push for 1 extra lap here. Maybe? Yep. Maybe? Yep. Yes! Alright. Level 2 quality trim. Good enough. It's actually pretty pleased. 2 points to 5th. Yeah, we're really tight. I thought Spa was flooded tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know if any of you guys are in, like, Westfalen or places. I don't know if the Netherlands is flooding. If it's just Belgium and Germany. But I hope everyone's staying safe out there. I've been watching that. That is nuts. The devastation is really... It's really extreme, the flooding. Netherlands, too. Maastricht, Luxembourg. I guess the low countries would be the ones that flood, right? God. Because they got something like... In one day, they got triple the amount of rain they normally get in a month or something like that. It's a stat I was hearing. Ah, there we go. So the speed balance needs to be nudged slightly lower. So we need to up this and then bring this down maybe a little more. This might give us a 99%. Okay. So quality super soft tires. It's a very long circuit, so we're gonna go out immediately. I'll try to give a little gap between the two. We'll put Monty out first because of her super overtake. She's likely gonna go faster. Okay. Go, go, go. It's Crazy. Street parallel to mine had some shops with water damage and we were spared. Wow. Perfect, good, good, perfect. Alright. I mean, it's a little easier for Balky to do that because she's got the sweeter spots. It's going to be really nice on Monty. Oh! Well, okay, we were first through, so like the purple. I was like, first place! But, you know, we were first people out, so that kind of makes sense. Although I think our times are going to be pretty solid. Maybe not as solid as I'd hoped. Okay, I'm going to wait for a little bit more rubbering in. Weather changing? No. Alright. Go, go, go. Oh, I didn't actually check the percentage. For all I know, we were just sent her out on less than ideal. We'll double check before the race, though. Perfect, good. Perfect, great. Oh, okay. Wow, currently only sitting in 7th. Ah, and then Vidal passed us. No sponsor objective. Oh, that's really poor. Percent was 99? Alright, well then that's better, but... Dang it! No sponsor objective! Gestures flooding is multiple warning systems work 7 days ahead, and then extreme warning 24 hours didn't reach the people, because politicians are in promotion towards the vote. God, politicians, every time. Dang it. Alright. Soft race. Soft race. Now, what are we starting with tire-wise? I don't believe that fuel load or track being rubbered in has any special interaction with the tire compounds. I don't think the game cares which tire compound we start with. We are what we might want to do is invert so that we don't box at the same time. Is I think the idea we should go with. And so Rhea being ahead, we'll start her on the super softs. And with Balky, we'll start her on the softs. And then that way they don't have to pit at the same time. So I think that's going to be the plan. The super softs, we really only want to run them 10 laps. So, well, I guess 9 or 11 is going to be fine, actually. We want to make sure, we want to avoid getting the third performance. So theoretically, we want to do the 16 laps on the softs and then 11 on the supers. We'll see. We don't have a lot of tire to spare, so I think we're just going to run on yellow the entire time. That's going to be okay. What's the most Canadian food you can think of? I mean, poutine would probably be the classic example, sure. Yeah. It's delicious. A lot of people eat them. It's more prevalent in Eastern Canada than Western Canada. But... Alright, I think we can go. Yeah, pâté chinois. Just shepherd's pie. Except for some reason, in French it's called Chinese pie, or Chinese pâté. I don't know why. Pâté chinois, that's what it means. It's Chinese pâté. I'm like, what? Why? What? Why? Ooh, mediums. Wow. Warm mediums? Yeah, but that happens sometimes, right? It's like, I mean, sometimes it sort of makes sense, but sometimes it really doesn't. Like, French called a certain type of custard is crème anglaise. And where you get to the point where, like, English people trying to sound fancy will refer to certain types of custards as crème anglaise, which just means English cream, which is just custard. It's like, wait, what? How did we get there? I love, like, weird language cross-pollination. Pollinating. My favorite thing, we actually were just having a discussion about this last night with Essential. One of my favorites has always been the bird turkey. And what it's called in different places. Right? It's literally, like, turkey was Turkish chicken. It's like Turkish, like turkey. Keep in mind, turkeys are from the New World. They're from the Americas, right? But turkeys, and in French, we call them dindon, literally like from India. And I think Turks call them like it's effectively like Indian chicken was like the Turkish word. They call them Indian chickens or something like that. And then you go to Asia and it's like a French chicken or something. It's like, wait, what? It's really interesting. You can look up, that's probably on Wikipedia or some damn thing, or there's just an article people have written about it. Because, like, everyone just referred to like, it was a weird-ass bird, so they just said it's from somewhere else. Hindi. Oh, yeah, that's right. In the Turkish name for a turkey is Hindi. So, meaning Hindi. All right. No one wants to take credit for it. It's like syphilis. You know, the Germans would call it the French disease, the French would call it the Spanish disease, or all these different things like that. Maybe it's not syphilis, maybe it was something else, but I think it was. I don't know, it's something foreign. In Dutch, Kalkoen? Really? That's what Turkey is? So we're really not stressed about this race. Oh, well, except for Balki. Balki's like, what are you talking about not stressed? I want to gain some position here. Alright, we've got our ERS. We'll probably want to use it kind of right away here. Go, 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 go. Get some early position. Monty. Poor overtaking skills. Come on! Tire temp is dropping. How cold is it? It's not cold, though. Well, we started at 25%. No, the tire temp's not dropping. We started at 25%. I think the temperature's pretty stable. We didn't start at 50, we started at 25. I think the temperature's stable. Oh, man, it's a bad start to a race. And we're not really stressed one way or the other. Maybe I'll run it fast so we have more time between seasons here. Maybe we won't worry about micromanaging this race. It would be really nice to hit the sponsor objective. Hopefully we do that through just, you know, maybe we do one fewer stops. Sounds like you need to ERS, and then we may as well do it here because you're actually pretty tight with something. There you go, Monty getting back ahead. Okay, it is definitely dropping. At least on the softs it is, which might make our life a little bit difficult. I think it's stable on the supers, but yeah, it's definitely dropping on the softs. So yeah, we'll try to maximize our inter-season time by being fairly speedy here, even though it might mean missing some efficiencies. Alright, push. Might be a challenge to get 16 laps out of these then. Again, I guess it's good that we weren't concerned. God, why didn't we put Emma in the car? Yeah, we could just auto option. Well, and then there was one. So we can get ahead of Hume here. He's on some pretty old supers. It's going to be a lot easier to micromanage things. Took a dive for Emma. I'm basically just going to try to push enough... Oh, we lost position again. Oh, 2 ERS, that's fair enough. Just going to try to push enough to maintain the tire temperature. So we don't have a ton of tire life in there. Monty crashing on last race again. At least our engine didn't burst into flames this time. You know, so that's an improvement. He is like Fernando Alonso in his glory years.
It's whiskey and chocolate.
Hey, Tristel, thank you. What do you call a hen that counts eggs? Of Mathma chicken. Alright, feels okay. Again, I'm going to try to go fast here, which also means I have to just sort of keep my eyes open to respond to things. We'll try to keep some interseason stuff timing available. Monty couldn't react fast enough because 4 times speed. Damn. There we go. So a lot of the early super softs. Hey, thanks for the bits, Makwa. Why do Norwegian Navy put a barcode on the side of their ships? So they can scan the Navy in! I know that one! I like it. Basically lost 600k this race. Yeah, because we got... I mean, we didn't get the bonus for the quali. We might lose the bonus here, too. I don't know. What about pushing and going soft? That's an interesting idea. The thing is, we're not going to need to push to maintain temperatures on the supers. So the only question is, how far do we think we can still get on these tires? 5 to 7 more laps. And we get the performance boost. I guess we could push completely, because maybe with the... I don't know, maybe? Okay. And 5, so really we do want 5. Which brings us to 16. I think we're going to be okay. I think soft super is still going to be fine.
It's whiskey
Do a
and
little more
chocolate.
pushing in here. Make sure they don't start graining from being too cold. Hopefully we're okay. Hey, Hills, hold on 1 second here. Back down to neutral. I'm just trying to push as little as possible. Fuel's fine. Alright, Glencoe's Hills. Hashtag Team Up, still undefeated. Unrelated. What do you call a beehive without an exit? Unbelievable! Alright, so still up. We're up in second. Of course, we haven't boxed yet, so that would be a big part of it. Why? I'm being challenged by Lavoie, the god tier driver, although she did get revealed to have a massive number of illegal parts. Amazing, a Ferrari getting, you know, caught with some illegal parts. Oop. Let's try to keep slowing her down and annoying her. We got a sliver of temperature left. I don't have to push to orange yet. Although, maybe we could help us stay ahead. Oh, she's got more ERS still. Oh, I mean, she does. She's just not using it. Mm-hmm. 14 laps remaining. Yeah, your lowest tire band here. Yeah, I don't think we're going to make it. You know what? Yeah. Although, we're halfway through the race. So we're going to go soft instead of soft super, but we actually still needed to get the life out of this tire. Do I want to box this one? Well, I've completed 14 laps. 14 laps remaining? I guess that makes sense. 14 plus 13. Because we start on lap, well, complete lap 1, complete lap 27. No, we complete 27 laps. So we're working on so there's going to be 13 laps for the next stint. Which the supers might still be okay. No, we're going to stay out and I think go to the supers still. The funny thing is, we're, like, challenging Lavoie on, like, her much newer and better soft tires here. Unless we think we're going to cliff. The cliff on this is 10%. This is a long lap. Yeah, we've got soft knowledge. You know what? You're right. We'll just go to the softs. She lost all her good parts. Okay, that's true. And yeah, you're right. We won't have to push as much because we'll be at the 50% temperature. In fact, we may not even need to push at all to maintain it. Yeah, I think this is a fairly long pit, actually, here. Well, it is a long pit, but I think it's also an expensive pit. Despite that it cuts corners, it doesn't really cut the corners, actually. I think I'm thinking of the first race of the season that has the really big cut. Wait until we catch up a little bit before we go, because we should be closing in. Go for ERS. We don't need to push the supers to keep them up to 10. The supers were neutral. They were perfectly fine. It's the reason I don't ERS in the corners isn't so much that we're spending it like that. It's because we can't usually overtake in the corners. So even if it's using less ERS, it's not very valuable. Can you freaking pass rib on the super used mediums in a shitty car? Balky, that is incredibly disappointing. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. But I'm so disappointed. Come on. Wow, that was terrible. That was really bad. Alright, let's go. Speed, 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 speed. Pass one person, someone else passes it with some ERS. I guess I'll probably just pull the ears now. Drop down to medium here. Go. I think we can probably put the tires on push. And also go back into high engine mode for a little bit. Defend, defend, defend. Hold in with a penalty. Oh, cut a corner. Ah. What the hell? Alright, I think you're going to be fine. Why are we having such a hard time at this track? We had a shitty quali. One of our drivers crashed during the race. And we're having a really hard time moving up anything over here. So some more people are pitting, which, you know, hooray, but... we are in sponsor objective right near the end. We can push. We'll just have to keep an eye on the temp to make sure it doesn't overheat. And we'll just save the charge for this last lap here. Oh. Forgot I was going really fast. Drop back down to neutral. I think you can overtake mode for scooch here. ERS. Go, 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 go. Go back to medium mode here. Worn tires. That's just a 20% warning. That doesn't actually mean anything special. Well, I mean, we should hit our sponsor objective still, but... woof! Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm a little disappointed, Balky. And I think they lose a little bit mechanic relationship when they crash, right? So we might start the first race next season without super overtake mode with Monty, which is really frustrating. Yeah, that's kind of bad. Luckily, Monty's position was secured. And yeah, Balky did gain 4 positions during the course of the race, which isn't bad. But unfortunately, she was not able to move up over here overall. Lavoie finished 3rd overall. Wow! Tied in points with Holden. Tiebreak was probably like number of wins or something like that. Wow. So Becker, which I would not have expected, did actually finish 1st in the thing. I wasn't paying much attention to the top ranks over here. And yeah, we were very secure 3rd place in the team champions. Should be a decent payout. Okay, here's the thing. If we think there's a chance that we win next year, and here's, I think it takes like 45 weeks for the factory to get built. Rather than build the upgraded factory, do we just get the best car chassis possible? Do we just sink all our money in that? Oh, you have whiplash. Okay, hopefully that'll be done. Factory still? Is that... I guess that's from that's the whiplash. That's not actually losing XP. I think it's just a visual bug from me going here and then going back. Hopefully she'll get back. She'll be fine after the whiplash ends in 8 weeks. That was just a really scary display. Like he's got the injury here. Yeah, minus 12 is 1200%. So that kind of makes sense. Yeah, as long as it's just a visual bug or visual weirdness, and it's just a temporary stat. No, we'll say this because if we do want to negotiate with them, it'll be a thing. Huh. We'll do it. Maybe we'll do a poll. Yeah, I know her star rating went down too. But I'm hoping that just represents her current stats as a result of whiplash. And that's all it is. Yeah. So it'll be fine in a second. And yeah, if the intro was one race earlier, we could have just put Emma in, like, legit. Dang. Okay, what we'll do is we'll do a Twitch poll to see what people would like to see. Do we factory for safety? So the safe move is factory. Because if we YOLO with all the best car parts and miss... Well, I don't know what our payout will be. Maybe we'll have enough for, like, all the best car parts anyway. Prize money. Well, we got 56 million pounds prize money. And then I think we get an injection of cash at the start of the season as well. Because, yeah, if we spend all of it on our car design and miss, then we're going to be in a terrible, terrible, terrible situation. So I think we're going to start the factory. I think we're going to need some extra money, too. I think our start of season money injection is going to come in as well. So we'll go ahead and make a save over here. Manager of the season is me! I'm the manager of the season! Woo! I am the bestest of all managers. All right, let's upgrade the factory. 42 weeks. I mean, we could. It's so hard. No, let's wait. And Ria's driver of the season? Oh my god, you're right! Driver of the season is Ria Montero! Amazing! Got the pity vote after the crash. So we're not going to start another part. Just try to keep squeezing in some performance improvements over here. People want to get rid of her. Right? Exactly. Okay, some swaps and things. Preseason start. Yeah, so we're not going to get advantage of our new factory in the next season. Which, if all goes well, we'll never use it at all. If it doesn't go well, well, then we should be in a really good position for the season after that. In fact, the thing is, part of me thinks we may not even need that factory then, because we do improve pretty well. All right, let's design next year's chassis. So, yeah, we only got another 15 million pounds, only 15 million pounds, from our company here, from our chairman. This is the most base stats, so this is almost the same. It's more improvable, which is interesting, and it's slightly cheaper. If we were just to get all the best, most expensive, what would that run us? Tire wear medium instead of weak is interesting. We don't know what good tire heating does. It may only factor in to quali, or it may factor in during the race, like to stop it from, like to keep it more stable, but I don't actually know for sure. But we might go for the better tire wear here. I think, did we go battery this season? I really like that. I mean, tire heating is important, but this one has better tire wear, which I think makes it better. So, effectively, we got literally the most expensive thing and everything except the brake supplier. And we would still have money left over. Not a ton of money, although we can ask the guy. Were we superchargers? Maybe we're supercharger. I can keep bringing it down, but it doesn't make much of a difference. If we get a fuel efficiency event, we'll be okay. If we get improvability or tire heating event, we'd be okay. We've been using super. All right, then I still like the supercharger. I'm going to do that then. Not going to go flywheel. Oh, will that include this? Oh, we were battery. No, supercharger. There you go. Because I was like, yeah, but it's not a supplier. But then I realized they're treating it as sort of a supplier. Yeah. So we were super capacitor. I think that was pretty fun. It's better to have a full start open in which category for the chance of improvement open? Oh, full star open. Yes, which is what I'm doing here. We've got a full star fuel efficiency open here. And then we've got a full one in both these. There's no way to have a full star open for both tire wear and fuel efficiency, so mostly I'm going to go ahead and do this. I think I like this. I think the battery itself might have the hybrid mode, but we were supercapacitor. There's no hybrid, and we're still going to do that. And yeah, I don't. The hybrid calculations were really tricksy. Like, we'd go fuel light. Here, it's just like, you know what? I'm just going to max fuel and run a higher engine mode, and it was a lot easier to maintain. What was the tire wear versus heat? I mean, yeah, I suppose we could switch. It's not a. I mean, I suppose if we did do, it was brake material, right? If we went here, then maybe no. You know what? I'm happier with this. I'm happier with this, and that saves us 2.5 million pounds. Which, because we are going to be pretty tight for designing parts this season, at least at the start. I think we're going to be okay when sponsors kick in and things. Okay, I'm okay with this. Save on material? Okay, that's a full star difference on tire wear, though. I mean, yeah, we might get an event that gives it to us. That is 6 million pounds. But a star of tire wear. But 6 million's a lot. And maybe we'll get an event for +1 tire wear. It's possible. Full star is a lot. 6 million's a lot. I think I want the full star over here. Yeah, I think I want this. Change brakes? No, I'm not. No, I'm okay. I like this. I like this. Done. I'm going to put a save here in case I overshoot after testing and don't start improving parts. Not that I've ever done that many times. Hey, what is going to be our color? I gotta say, I kind of like the yellow last season. It was fairly distinctive on the track. Yellow's still good. McLaren orange. Fuel supplier breakthrough. So 2.5 million for a +1 fuel efficiency. We were at 4 stars, so we can bring it up to 5. Yeah. I think we do it. I hope we still have Emma. Contract. We never had a real contract with Emma. How come there's still only 2 sponsors available? Yeah, team marketability hit. I mean, it'll bounce back pretty quick, but we do need our picks soon. Be nice if I could just ignore this and leave us at, like, 0. Hey, is Emma still there? Yeah, it's still Emma. Do we need market building last season? Yeah, well, I mean, we still need good sponsors to make sure we can afford our upgrades. So, I think we'll still keep with yellow. Hamilton nearing the end of his career. But we'll go with, like, a different pattern. Ooh. Kind of like this. Yeah, number 11. I like it. Let's do this. What about orange? Orange is pretty good, but we're going to stick with yellow. Belgium, German colors. Yellow, red, black. We could replace one of the blacks with some... Oh, no! Oh, do they not have black, like, just stored? No. I think I'm just gonna go with this. I like this. Looks fast. Looks fast, you guys. Blue yellow for the Brussels flag. Ah. Yeah, we're still gonna wait for the maximum sponsor list. Okay. Now, after the preseason testing happens, make sure I start designing parts. You can't do that until that's done, but it's gonna happen here. Okay, it's gonna happen in a second. We're gonna get some more mail. Oh, there. We're gonna do this. Save here. Yeah, good idea. Let's just make sure. I have a lot of save games. I should trim the number of save games I've got in my folder here. Oh, you think I won't get the third sponsor until after the race? Oh, that's possible. Worried about my mechanics? I mean, we've got contracts on our mechanics. They're still okay right now. Monty's recovered from her injury. Ooh, Monty 5th fastest in testing. Valky not having a great time, though, down in 17th. I don't know why. Design parts. Parts. Because it like, oh, I get these things, I gotta check, oh, I gotta answer the target. This is what distracts me. I'm gonna say third as our target. Right, this is where we get the extra cash injection. I'm gonna say third as our target because it'll make it easier to keep the marketability higher. Parts. Let's start with the engine, which is actually our worst part in theory here. You know what? If we use this one, we could actually consider like using this quite quickly in the race. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and do the cheaper, faster immediately. Yeah, I'm going to do this. Sort of skip the first level. Not that we have a lot of money. Pit contracts are fine. And yeah, I guess we... No, what the thing is, third contract does come... The contracts get offered over time normally, but maybe there's something weird going on with this one. Alright, let's improve parts. That's the other thing that's absolutely critical. So, we're not going to get an engine right away. So, the first things first, if we want to be able to push, we need to make sure we've got some engine reliability. And then the other thing is, for this race, acceleration and low-speed corners are the critical ones, so we need to get those reliabilities up ASAP. For the crucial ones, we want to get them to at least 18% if we can. And I think we will be able to get there. We're going to put one token part in here for some performance boost, something that's probably not going to get upgraded for a little bit. So let's just arbitrarily choose, I don't know, some suspension. This one. And make sure we're maxing out on reliability over here. Here, I'll put both these in. Well, no, I just want to put one in. The one that's most improvable, because more likely we're going to, like, when we build new ones, this one will stay longer, or something like that. What parts are critical for the next race? These parts. The gearbox and the front wing. And the engine is useful, but not crucial. So I don't think it gets the double decay, but we want to run the engines, you know, above orange, or above yellow if we can. Which we may not be able to do for the first race, we'll see. Because 11 days is not a long time at all. At all. The thing is, the front wing replacement mid-race is really cheap. Although it's not free. It was free when we do refueling. Check Lavoie? Yeah, okay, we'll do that. What's the best way to do that? Just check scouting, maybe? I don't know if there's a quick way to check... Okay, World Championship Series. Oh, you know what? The standings. I don't think Lavoie is in here. I think she retired. They did talk about her retiring, and indeed that's the case. Actually, there's a few new names here. Please look at the votes upcoming for the seasons. Mouse over the GME logo. Is it from the homepage? Or here? Where do you check the votes that are coming up? Over here? Removal of Cape Town GP. 12 dry choices. Qualifying base grids of 3 sessions. Medium length qualifying. Yeah, so none of that's terribly critical. Yeah, if there are new drivers that got generated, you're right, we should throw some scouting on there. They might have got regen sooner. I'm not sure the date that the new drivers appear in. Bum. Alright, work happening there. We'll wait until the last possible minute for this. Now, we're not racing here. Plus 30 engine performance. I wonder if it's just our current engines or just all of our engines will always have plus 30. Still, it's pretty cheap, so we're going to do it. Here's the thing. If I don't push the engines, they don't need any more quality than this. And you're probably fine. You're a crucial part, but you're probably okay. What I'm going to do is the brakes here, we're going to try to bring them up to 70. This suspension. There's maybe a little bit of that. We're designing an engine right now. I'm glad we have a helipad. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, there you go. There's the extra sponsor. Well, we can get Football Manager again, which is clearly better than Play Sport, and should be better than Pwn as well. Football Manager it is. Boop. Yeah, so the 70% engine, it's not a crucial part, although it's useful. We probably will not be oranging our engine. We will probably run it in yellow mode, which means we will siphon off like a couple of laps. I don't know how many laps Doha is. 28 laps. We could probably siphon off 2 laps of fuel on Balky and maybe 1 on Monty to run light rather than push hard. So the first engine is done. That was just a dummy throwaway engine. This one is probably one we'll actually make use of. We can't afford to go like deep on these parts early on. We need to just get some turnaround. So I think I'll go like top speed 20, top speed plus 40. Like that. Although I guess I could run this one over here. Oh, that's just max. If it was just a flat plus 20, it might have been worth it because designer components are a little cheaper. But we'll run those. Fuel efficiency improvement. That's an interesting point. Over the plus 20. Yeah, the reliability sucks. You know, it might be worth doing this just so that we can get this engine going sooner. Because it's probably not this engine that we're going to carry forward to the next season. So the absolute number doesn't matter as much. This lets us use it a lot faster. I mean, I guess the math is we're shaving off 10 for a 20 improvement. Here we'd be shaving off 10 for a 10 improvement. So maybe that's not worth the same way. Yeah, I think we'll do these two here. And that's just plus 40 during qualifying, so we're not interested in that one at all. I have all the DLC for this game, but I've never tried it, no. I think I like this for our part design. And we'll probably try to make use of this early in the season. So we don't have a ton of cash to play with, but hopefully we get some decent finishes and meet our sponsor objectives. So this engine we don't improve. We're pretty much just ignoring this one. Although it does have a higher cap, but it's not going to be something that matters. I mean, we're racing basically today. I think I'll drop those anyway. Okay. All right, that's it. We're going to stop here. Next week, we start what might be our final season? I don't know. Why is Balky's second, Monty 17th? What is this based on? Maybe just, like, raw stats? I don't know. Fuel efficiency, so we use less fuel per lap, which is kind of nice. You can either underfuel or most likely we would just push further, but we're not going to run that. Oh, it's based on the first letter of the name. It's just alphabetical. Oh, okay. Yeah, so B versus M. Wow, M is down in 17th out of 20? That's crazy. No, I guess it makes sense, though. There's just those. Because M's smack dab in the middle of the alphabet. Wait, what about Hashimoto? Oh, it's based on the first name. Oh, so it's an R. Okay. Okay. It's like, how's Hashimoto at the top? But it's the C. Yeah, so this is new. So Hashimoto's new. Is Forsyth new? No. Lee might be new. Naito might be new. Modi... No, I think Modi joined partway through last season. No, maybe not. Maybe Modi replaced Lavoie. Right? I think we've seen Modi before. But I think they're new on that team anyway. Cool. Lee isn't new? Okay. I don't know. I don't care about other drivers. All right, we're wrapping it up. Next live stream should be on Wednesday. Folks, thanks a lot for coming out. Thanks for all the vroom vroom fun. What is it? Oh, Kiss for Luck is playing Kingdoms Reborn. Ooh, yeah, that's a game I need to play. Yeah, I'll see you in a couple of days, folks. That's Rated Kiss for Luck. Watch her build some kingdoms. See you next time. Bye-bye.